Hey everybody, welcome to another Sunday School Classroom Training video. Today we're going to be talking about something very important to all teachers, and that's classroom management. Now I know we have some pretty good sized Sunday school classrooms, and that can be hectic to manage all of those kids, sometimes when there are fewer adults in the room. But I think I have some tips today that can help you do just that. Now, the typical discipline plan for any classroom looks like this. There's a set of rules, and then a set of consequences for breaking those rules. And while for many children that format works really well, it doesn't always fit for all kids. So I'm going to share with you something I use in play therapy. Some of you all already know that in addition to working at Horizons on the church staff, I also am a private practice marriage and family therapist, and I have a background in play therapy. And one of the things that's really important in play therapy is helping children learn to regulate their own behavior with the understanding that being able to make wise choices and regulate your own behavior is an important part of growing up. And the way we do that with kids in play therapy is by using something we call limit setting. And limit setting sounds like this. Let's say that there's a kid in the classroom and they decide that they want to use the crayons to color on the walls. Now, typically, a classroom doesn't have such detailed rules laid out that it explicitly says to kids, do not use crayons to write on the walls. So you might assume that a child will intuitively know that they're not supposed to do that, but they may not. So in limit setting, you would approach the situation this way. First, you're going to acknowledge what the child is wanting to do. So you would say, Martha, I know it seems like it's a lot of fun to color on the walls and you really want to do that right now. So up front, you're approaching the child with a sense of, I get what's going on here for you. Next, you set the limit for the child. But Martha, colors are not for coloring on the walls, but you can choose to color on the paper. The limit portion of that is the colors are not for writing on the wall. Then you add in a redirection. However, if you want to color, you can color on these papers. Okay? It follows that very simple formula every time. And the important part of limit setting is being consistent. You want to use the same sentence structure every time. So whether it's, Susan, I know that you're really angry right now and you want to throw that chair. However, chairs are not for throwing. If you're angry, you can, and then you give an alternative. You can stomp on the floor. You can color really hard on this piece of paper. Just something that allows the child to see that what they're experiencing inside is okay. They just need a better alternative for how to express that. Okay, so what do you do then if that's not working? Well, there does need to be a consequence, and it sounds like this. If a child is persisting in whatever it is, Martha, remember, colors are not for writing on the wall. Here comes the consequence. If you choose to continue coloring on the wall, then you choose to consequence. So, for our typical kid in the classroom, that's going to be timeout. Maybe about 4 or 5 minutes, depending on the age. So, Martha, remember, colors are not for writing on the wall. If you choose to continue writing on the wall with the crayons, then you choose to have timeout for 5 minutes. And then you make it really a solid close with which do you choose? Do you choose to color on the walls and have timeout? Or do you choose to do the alternative? Color on the paper, participate with the rest of the class. Now, if you have a child that just persistently will not follow the limit, the consequence for our Sunday school classroom is going to need to be that they are removed from the class. And I know this can be really hard for the teachers, but here's what you need to know. When we have a child that is consistently disruptive, they're really altering the Sunday school experience for all the other children. And it is okay to remove the child from that classroom. And if you need to remove a child from the classroom and send them into the service with their parents, here's what I'd like you to do. I would like you to explain what has happened, let the parent know that the child was given opportunity to alter their behavior, that they chose not to change, and that because they're being disruptive, you need them to sit with the parent. If the parent or grandparent or whomever does not seem satisfied by this, make sure you let them know that they need to contact me. I am always happy to deal with whatever the discipline issue is, or any parents, grandparents, or family members that are dissatisfied by that. So here's the quick rundown, and it spells out the word ACT. You're going to acknowledge what the child is feeling or experiencing. You're going to communicate the limit, and then you're going to give them the alternatives. You're going to target some kind of alternative. So acknowledge, communicate, target. If you have any questions about this, please don't hesitate to call me at any time. Hope this helps you guys with some classroom discipline, and I will see you on the next training video. Bye, guys.